Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Do you ever like get in a conversation on Messenger and then all of a sudden you look up and like so much time has flown by? I looked, I was like, oh my gosh, it's 7:59. Oh, gotta do some things up here real quick that I planned to have done and I did not. No, there we go. Okay, I'm ready. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not breaking up or anything, am I? Okay. I've been having some issues with my microphone sometimes, and it doesn't seem to make sense when it happens. Sometimes it happens on um, certain Zoom meetings and not on others. It's the weirdest thing. So anyways, thank you for getting up. It looks like we have how many? Five or six? Oh, 10. I only see the top, like the first six that get on. So sometimes I have no idea. So this is really exciting that we have that many on this morning. I wasn't sure. We just, when you first get a new work session rolling, sometimes you have one or two, sometimes you don't have any, sometimes you have 10. So this is really, really fun. I'm going to do some really cool things today. Of course, we're going to start with our work session information, the things that are non-negotiable that we have to do every single day. We're going to start with that, but I always sit down and start my work sessions with intention and gratitude. Because if you don't, and you don't remind yourself of why you're here and how excited you are to be here, sometimes it kind of feels like you're doing something that's grueling versus something that's exciting. So very grateful to have so many people on this morning. I've got my second cup of mojo here, so you guys are going to get a lot flying out of Becky's brain this morning. And we have amazing things to do. So our intention is to teach you guys something new today, something that I do all the time. And I think that if somebody doesn't teach you how to do this, you're not really even going to know it exists. Once I started doing this, the number of people I had to reach out to, I mean, it blew up. So now I've got so many people to reach out to that I can't even get to as many as I want to. So that's what I want to teach you guys in the end today. But before we go on with that agenda, let's talk about professional development for just a minute. If you didn't listen to Tina Joy Carroll's huddle last night with Heidi Draper, make sure you do. It's been added to the chats, and I think everybody that I see here is in those. Otherwise, you can go to Legacy Makers or Diamond League. I see Erin Parker posted that this morning. The recording is in there. Heidi Draper has a heck of a story. She did create a 100-pound weight loss story, but where she came from is huge. Their house was in foreclosure, and they didn't know how they were going to make ends meet. She's very shy. If you meet her in person, she's very quiet. So she is really a cool story. And she was on last night talking about how she has grown. She hit Black Diamond in what, like 3 months? Talk about life-changing income to go from your house being in foreclosure to all of a sudden you're Black Diamond. So really cool story. She shares a little bit of that as well. That's huge. The other one that I always share every week, and I'm going to share it again. I'm going to share it till I puke. And this is Debbie Neal. And I didn't listen to hers today. I have a lot of online work to do for my full-time job, and I like to play something in the background because my adult ADD, if I don't have music playing or something talking or something on the side, I can't focus as well. You may or may not be like me. This is something you could also listen to in the car. You could listen to while you're folding laundry, while you're unloading the dishwasher. Today's is called Living a Limitless Life. So what she does for me is she fills me full of excitement of what's possible. You know, she reminds me of some things that I may be doing that are holding me back from hitting my goals and dreams. And today is called Living a Limitless Life. That's got to be absolutely incredible coming from her. There's no way it cannot be. Everybody has 20 minutes of doing something that they can listen to this on the side, right? 20 minutes is a trip to the grocery store. 20 minutes is your commute to or from work, right? So make sure that you go to Spotify, podcast, anywhere you can get free podcasts. Just type podcast on your phone. There's an app there. Look for Debbie Neal and you're going to find her. If you like that one, you can go back. She had the power of belief last week. She had the power of your why the week before. All of these are so huge because not only do they help you, it helps you help your team and your new people that are coming in to believe in themselves. So she's definitely one of my favorites. So I just wanted to get that out there. I always add some of those tidbits. All right, moving on here to our DMO, reach outs and follow up. So those of you that are newer here, and I recognize, I want to say 100% of you, so you've probably all been to one of these before. But if you're not really familiar with this, we utilize the daily method of operation. There's a list if you don't have this, okay? It's a list of everything that we do every day, that we do as leaders, that we do to grow our business. If you don't have this, find me on Facebook, Becky Hanson Smith. I'll shoot you a copy within seconds. The other thing that is absolute gold are these trackers that Sonara created, where you write down all the people that you reached out to or are reaching out to or going to reach out to, and you keep track every other day with reaching out and following up, okay? My favorite is on the bottom. It tells you what to do every reach out, what to say. So it's kind of brainless, actually. And you don't have to think too much. Like, okay, this is the third reach out. What do I do on the third reach out? Okay, use humor. You know, it feels like I'm stalking you because I am. This is too good of an opportunity to let you ghost me. So she's got really good tidbits and stuff on there. So those are the only two things that I have in my arsenal for my business, literally. A list of people I talk to in the DMO. All right. So today I'm going to do a live reach out. Those of you who have watched me do this 150 times, feel free to mute for 5 minutes and go do your own reach outs and follow up. If you're like, I want to hear what Becky does, you're free to listen to me because I'm going to do a reach out live and I'm going to do a follow up. Okay. So it's totally up to you. I know in my 5 a.m. sessions, there's some people that just mute me and they just go off and do their own thing while I do this. While some of the new people like to kind of hear what it is that I do. All right. So
Becky,
there, yep, go ahead.
is there people in the waiting room? Somebody said I can't get in.
I don't, no, there's no waiting room.
Okay.
Send them the 664-056-6950. Sometimes if they can't get in with the link,
Okay.
you need that number again.
Yes.
I figured you don't just have that memorized like I do. 664-056-6950. And if it asks for a passcode, it's lowercase diamond.
Okay.
Thank you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so reaching out and following up. I was looking at my stories, and if you're not putting things in your stories, you should, because you can see who all watches it. That's for another day. But stories are fantastic for that. And there's a woman who watched my stories all weekend, and I just looked at it this morning. I'm like, who is this lady? So I went and I looked. We're in some mutual groups, and then I started looking at her timeline a little bit, and she's a fitness instructor down in Texas. We're not Facebook friends. I have no idea how she found me. Whatever. But she's watching story after story. And then yesterday, her name, I kind of like, I don't know who that is. And then I saw her watching again. I'm like, okay, we're going to reach out to this woman. Her name is Cynthia Calderon, and she's in a lot of the same health groups. So I'm going to find her a messenger here. There she is. And this may be one of those scenarios where she is a turn on dissociate but doesn't post anything. I've had that happen too, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and send the latest overview, which is from Sonara, that includes health, wealth, and travel. So I'm going to just send it. And I'm going to send a voice clip. And here we go. It's one of those I can tell it's only going to let me do a minute because we're not Facebook friends yet. Hey, Cynthia, it's Becky Smith. First of all, I want to thank you so much for putting some love on my stories. I see that we have a lot of things in common when it comes to all things health and wellness, and that's probably how we connected. I see we've got some carnivore connections as well. I also see that you're in the fitness space, and I have something here that may pique your interest. It may not, and that's okay too. But I think you should take a peek at this because I'm finding a lot of people just like us are definitely seeing the value of what I have in this video up above. If you have a second in the next couple of days, take a listen and I'll check back in with you and see what it was in there that definitely did pique your interest. So, all right, girl, I'll talk to you soon. I hope you have a fantastic day. Okay, we're keeping that simple, 40 seconds. Don't want to be too long. I sent the overview, I sent my voice clip, and I'm going to send a sentence. Because if you just send the video and that voice clip, most people are going to think that they got spammed or something, right? So I'm going to say, hi, Cynthia. Oh, she saw it already. I sent a voice clip explaining why I sent the video above. Thank you for throwing some love on my stories. Because I want to know that that's how I'm not just reaching out to random people. I wouldn't have sent this if I didn't think your interest, if I didn't think it would pique your interest based off of our similarities. Okay. She may or may not reply to this. She may not listen to it. She might. I don't know what's going to happen. Either way, I wrote her down. If she doesn't reply, what is today, Monday, Wednesday morning, I'm going to do a follow-up. Hey, did you hear my message above? Every other day. Okay. Until I can grab her attention. Now, this is a really cold reach out, you guys. I don't do these very often. I usually get conversations going with people that I've at least had some conversation going with. But this one, after she's watched my stories all weekend, I'm like, I've been watching my stories all weekend. So I went ahead and did a cold reach out on that one. All right, now a follow-up with somebody who I sent. Where is she? Here we go. Okay, so this other person I sent an overview. This is somebody I've been talking to for a couple of years, actually. I sent her some more information on the travel and NAD, and she did not get back. So I'm going to send her a follow-up message. Hey, Heather, just checking to see if you got my message above. So I do voice clip message every other day. And some people, they feel like, oh, I'm bugging them. You cannot have that attitude. You kind of have to have I know what I have my hands on is so damn exciting that everybody deserves to hear about this. They can decide for themselves that this is not for them, and that's totally fine. And I'm totally fine with that. But I would be doing people a huge disservice if I didn't share what it is that I have my hands on. I do not want somebody to come back to me and say, holy shit, I wish I would have known about this. Why didn't you tell me? Okay. That is my fear. Versus, oh, what are they going to think of me? Who cares? And honestly, I don't think I've had anybody come back and be like, you know what, because you sent this to me, I think so much less of you, Becky. I've never had that happen. I mean, it sounds ridiculous just to say it out loud, right? I am so confident and so excited with what I have that I do not care what anybody's response could possibly be. If anything, if people just don't respond, but I've never had a negative response. Okay. Hi, Heather. Just seeing if you got my message above. And I know her. Our husbands shoot trap together. She's very successful in another direct sales company. Just seeing if you got my info above. She's very stubborn. But they like to travel. So we'll see where that gets me. So that is an example of what I spend 90% of my time doing. You guys probably see me posting a lot on social media and thinking that's all I do. No, I spend probably 20 minutes a day, if that, taking content, usually stealing it from somebody else and posting it. Okay. I steal it and post it. I get ideas. I post it. I make my mojo. I post it. Takes me seconds because it's just recording something I'm doing anyways, right? But the majority of my time is spent in Messenger. The money's in the Messenger, the fortune's in the follow-up. This is what it is, okay? All right. So now that is done. I do that first because that is the harder part, and I need to have the energy and be on my A game. If I wait until 5, 6, 7 o'clock tonight to do it. My day has come in. I've got kids things going on. I've got emails from my boss. I've got, just things that can just bring me down sometimes or like get my brain flustered. And if I do it in the morning, everything's fresh. So that's why I do it first thing in the morning. Okay. All right. All right. Moving on. So let's get some birthdays and friend requests done. And let me share my screen here. Yeah, a hot minute. I always lose my Zoom screen. Like I have so many tabs open that I'm like, where did everybody go? I know you're here somewhere. There you are. Okay. Right. So this is my Facebook page here. Now, what you want to do is get in the habit of sending happy birthdays every day. And I didn't do my birthdays yet today because I knew I was doing this. So if you go to the search on the top of your screen, type in birthdays, and we're all going to do this together. And a little green cake pops up. You can do it on your phone or your computer. And it is so slow on a computer. Okay. Now you want to send happy birthday to everybody, whether you know them or not, doesn't matter. Hover over their name. You can do it in a voice clip if you're super fancy. If you're me and you just need to get it done, you never know where this is going to take you. A lot of times, if they don't know who you are, they may go look at your profile and start digging. Well, that's great because then they see your stuff, right? Like, what is this girl? What is she? Who is she? I haven't seen her in a while. Or, oh, this is Jenny from high school. I wonder what she's up to. Okay. I don't know any of these three people, by the way. Huh. This one is mutual friends. It just said mutual friends with the person I just did a follow-up with. That Heather Borley I reached out to. She's right here. That's funny. Okay. So happy birthday, Leaf. Okay. Sometimes I do this before my feet even hit the floor. I grab my phone and I use it to wake up my head and my eyeballs. I'll do happy birthdays and friend requests before my feet even hit the floor and I head to the bathroom. Helps me wake up. It's fun to say happy birthday to people, right? It's easy, it's brainless, and it's done. That part of your DMO, that's 2 pieces of your DMO that are done. One way to make friends is to type friends in the search. And I know I'm going through this fast, you guys, but you can always go back and do some of this later. All right, so you're going to head to the section that says people you may know, okay? Now, what you want to do is hover over where it says mutual friends and look to see if you have any friends that are Turnant associates in there. Like if you see Sonara, Gina Della, all of that, they probably already are Turnant associates. I try not to do a lot of people that don't put their, their picture. I don't know what they're trying to hide. So I try to do, you want to do 5 to 10 a day. And this is just one way to make friends. So try and get some of those in there. And as you're sitting in the scroll hole at night and you see that you're scrolling and all of a sudden people you may know comes across your screen, stop there and add 1 or 2. Okay. You want to get some new eyeballs on, what's a good one? Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's Amber's daughter, like in high school. Okay. All right. So I added some. Hopefully you added some too. You want to do that every day. Your goal is to get 5,000 Facebook friends. All right, perfect. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today, what time are we at? How does 20 minutes go by that fast? Boy, I talk fast. It's like there's so much goodness I want to get to you guys. All right, so here is my plan for today. I want to teach you guys something new. Some of you that have been following me or been to my work sessions for a while, this is not new to you, but you need the reminder to do this, okay? So what happens being in network marketing is people come in and they're so excited and they reach out to all their friends and family. And then they keep pinging their friends and family for 6 months. Nobody's interested. I've reached out to everybody, gone through my Facebook list of 300, 400 friends, and I just keep asking and nobody's interested. And a river is going to run dry. You can only reach out to people so many times before you're just like, now what? Right? You need to build your network. And a lot of people just don't know how to do this. Now you see me adding random friends. That's not the best way to do it. It is a way, right? But these people just have some mutual friends, maybe some mutual things in common. What we want to do is get people in our friends list that are like us, like the same things we like, do the same things we do, right? Because it helps build influence. These people that have no clue who I am, maybe some of them will start seeing my stories, maybe some will start seeing my reels, maybe they'll see some of the before and afters that I post every day, maybe, but they don't know who I am. So it's gonna take a long time for me to build influence with those people. But when you have things in common, like the same career, the same hobbies, then all of a sudden you're going to have influence with that person and they're going to be more apt to listen to you because they're like you. Okay. So I'm going to give you a good example. Sue Thier is in here today. Sue and I are like, we are the MLT program at Fox Valley Tech, and we talk all the time. And we were coming up with some ideas this morning via chat. And I said, can I use you as an example this morning? She said, absolutely. Okay. So here's the example, because Sue wants to grow her network as well. Sue is a MLT instructor, medical laboratory technician instructor. We both are. Sue has a huge passion for phlebotomy and is like, when it comes to blood drawing, I don't know anybody in this world who knows more about it than Sue. So what we're going to look at today, and I'm going to give you an example of how Sue can leverage her phlebotomy expertise in groups to make more friends who also teach phlebotomy. Okay. Because if you get a bunch of phlebotomy instructors in your timeline, I have a ton of medical laboratory instructors in my friends group as well. It is going to immediately give you influence with them, meaning that they will trust you more than just a random Sally on the street. Okay. So we're going to do a search and think about what you do for a living. Are you a paralegal? Are you a teacher? Are you a retired teacher? Somebody came to me a couple weeks ago and goes, Becky, there's no groups I can join. I'm a retired teacher. I'm like, whoa, you're a retired teacher. You need to find retired teachers groups. You need to get to know people in there and then talk about how you, as a retired teacher on your timeline, travel and get a discount. Okay. So she's like, oh God, I never thought of that. I know nobody does. This is freaking brilliant. Okay. So let's go back to the phlebotomy example. So we're going to go, I'm going to search for groups. So go to search groups and you're going to get this little blue circle with people in it. Okay. And it might take you a little while to figure out what groups are going to be best. So these are my groups. I've got some crazy groups. I'm in a Ninja Slushy group. I'm in an Instant Pot group. I'm in Teaching the Hidden Profession group, which is teaching medical lab science. I'm in carnivore groups. I'm in Hashimoto's group. I'm in blue tick coonhounds and people who love them group. Okay. But we're going to look for teaching phlebotomy today, just phlebotomy teachers, phlebotomy instructors. Let's see if there's one for phlebotomy teachers. I'm just doing a search for fun, just as an example. Phlebotomy technicians, phlebotomist group, Phlebotomist United, NHA phlebotomy tips, phlebotomy study group, traveling phlebotomist jobs. So there's a few in here, phlebotomy certification training group, and some of these have 7,000 people in them. The top one here, phlebotomy technicians, may have, it's going to have a lot of phlebotomists in there, but there may be some instructors in there as well. And you know what, Sue could even decide, I could start a phlebotomy instructors group. And everybody who's a phlebotomy instructor can come in and share their ideas, So there's so many ways you can do this. But if we go to phlebotomy technicians, for example, I'm not going to join this one, but I'm going to give you an example of how this could work. So it's going to help you kind of think outside the box. We go into phlebotomy technicians, and Sue goes in and she joins the group, and there's 18,000 people, 20 plus groups posts a day. Sue has this amazing image of how to keep track of, or how to draw the tubes in the right order of color, right? You have to draw the blue top before the red top, before the green top, before the purple top. And there's this image of the sky all the way down to the grass and the dirt that helps students memorize the order of draw. Sue can go in and be like, you guys, I teach phlebotomy, and this is the image that I use to help my students remember the order of draw. It seems to work okay for many. What other things do you utilize to memorize the order of draw? Okay. So now she's going to have probably 50 people come in and be like, my teacher taught me this. My teacher taught me that. My teacher taught me this. This is how I remember it. This is how I teach the new phlebotomist. Boom, 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 boom. Boatloads of comments on this. She is providing value and asking a question in a phlebotomy group. Okay. Now people are going to start commenting. What does Sue do? She comes in and kind of starts a conversation, a mini one. Oh my gosh, where did you get that? Do you mind if I steal this? This is fantastic. How long have you been drawing? Just little conversations, underneath that. Then throughout those few little conversations, send friend request, send friend request, send friend request. Okay. So now Sue is getting a group of friends within a grouping of people that think and do a lot of the same things that she does. Okay. These people now are going to be in her friends list on her timeline. But we're not done there. We're not going to share Trinant in this phlebotomy technicians group. We're not going to immediately spam the people that we just friend requested in phlebotomy and send them all of our mojo and, hey, I drink mojo and now I'm a highly energized phlebotomy instructor. No, okay? This is what's going to happen. So now, and I was just talking to Sue about this morning. So Sue loves Zest. She drinks it warm, actually, like a tea. It's phenomenal. Sue walks in the morning into the phlebotomy lab. She's got her warm cup of Zest, and she's like, I just love how this Zest elevates my my energy level coming into teaching this morning. And she's got some phlebotomy chairs behind her. These people that she has befriended are going to see this most likely, especially if she does it soon after sending a bulk thing. They're gonna be like, oh, there's my friend Sue, the phlebotomy instructor. I met her in a group. Wait, so now they're following Sue. They're going to see things that Sue posts. They're probably going to comment on that picture that Sue posted with the phlebotomy chairs in the background. Have a great day. I'm teaching phlebotomy today too. Some may or may not ask about what she has in her cup, and it's okay if they don't. This is a marathon, you guys, not a sprint, of bringing people into your own timeline that are just like you. Okay. Did that flow sequence kind of make sense? I did one today. I'll give you an example that I posted this morning. Sue and I are both in this one. And this is another place to do this too. Teaching the hidden professions is all about teaching medical laboratory science. I posted this morning, our MLT club is always looking for new fundraising ideas. What do your clubs do to raise money? And this is something we seriously need to do too. Like this is, I'm covering multiple bases here. We need to figure this out because our students, it's expensive. So I posted this, and this was almost an hour ago. I don't know if anybody commented on it yet, but I asked for some suggestions. Of course, Caitlin is following. I'm already Facebook friends with her. We'll get some people that are following coming up with ideas. Maybe some people will post some ideas. So not only am I going to get some help with fundraising, I may find some new friends in here. Caitlin, she's now following. I am Facebook friends with her. I have been for probably 15 years at least. But maybe there'll be some new people coming in and I'll start a conversation about fundraising, but I'm also going to send a friend request. Now, this is not necessarily, I'm not being like, oh, I'm going to go in here and steal a bunch of people for Trinant. That's not the case. This is something I need for my full-time job, and you may have something you need for your full-time job. When you ask people for help or their opinion on something, they're going to be all over it. Okay. So you may be a secretary for a certain profession. You may be I don't know, a nurse. You may be, I mean, I don't know what everybody's professions is here. Maybe you do this full time. That's fantastic. But what are some of your passions in life? Okay. Some other ideas of things I've seen. Um, Horses. There's a lot of people that love horses. I went back to Sue again. She loves horses. Dogs. One girl that I had in a work session one time, she's a dog trainer. She trains dogs full time. I'm like, are you in any dog training groups? She goes, no. Let's join some dog training groups and provide some value on training dogs. So what you're going to do is say, these are the training treats that I use. What training treats do you use? I find dogs to be these don't have a lot of calories. We can give away a lot of them. You know what I mean? I'll just throw ideas out there. I don't know anything about dog training, but I do know that dogs like treats. So I was just an idea. You provide value in that group. You get people having a discussion on that group on what type of training treats. Friend request, friend request, friend request. Okay. Then on your timeline, you're not just posting Trinant. You're also sharing about dog training, pictures of the dogs that you're training, how excited you are to go out and train dogs today. Those people then from those groups are going to most likely be interacting with you in those scenarios. Are there any questions on this? We have 8 minutes left. I feel like I'm just like vomiting tons of information. Is there anybody here who has maybe a group idea but doesn't know what they should do? Or somebody who can't think of a group? Or did I give you everything you need? I learned this from Sarah Hollingsworth years ago, 2 years ago, probably when I first started. And I'm like, I never would have thought of this. Never. But I'd say the last 10 people I've enrolled, 5 are from groups. Let me check the chat here. Okay. I love this so much. Thank you. Yes, I like this one for same interest groups. I need to do this. We all do. That's why. Do you guys know how much I suck at staying in the groups and keeping things going? I think the biggest one that I ever did, where did I post this? This was really stupid. My students and I were playing with ChatGPT. Let's see if I can find myself in here just as another idea of something that I did and something you can do. I took a picture. Oh, no. Let it go. I took a picture of myself, uploaded it to ChatGPT, and it made an awful picture with a microscope that's all jacked up. And I was laughing, and the students were laughing, and I'm like, I'm going to put this in a medical lab science group. So I did, and here it is. It doesn't really even look like me. The stage is backwards compared to how we normally use it. I got a conversation going. I have 894 likes on this in this group. So I went in and I went to the comments, 81 comments, and kind of went that direction with it. And people that were really positive in the comments, I sent a friend request. So getting more medical lab scientists in my group. Okay. So this was just ridiculously cheesy. This doesn't look like me at all. But that's just an example. Blue tick coonhounds and people that love them. I think mine is sitting behind me somewhere right here. She stinks bad. She smells like a hound. You guys, I have this hound. Took a picture of her. Stinks. What do you guys use to keep the stink away? 40 comments. I use this shampoo. I use that shampoo. Don't give your dog a bath. It'll make it worse. Like every comment you possibly imagine. I share pictures of my little Kenzie poops in my timeline sometimes so people see, oh, I have a coonhound too. You know? So we got 5 minutes. I'm here for questions. Hopefully you guys have been digging around, looking up some groups during this work session because that was definitely a good use of your time.
I unmuted myself. Hopefully that's okay because it's
Yeah.
just real quick. It's easier than typing for me.
Oh,
so
perfect.
I apologize, but I had to hop on and I'm like literally sitting here in my pajamas. My dog is getting into trouble, but I use my dog on my stories. I just started this last week and I committed to going live every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I've created this Smile and Michelle show, and people who I never expected to watch me, first of all, or comment. I've had people that are like waiting for the Mila and Michelle morning show. And so I'm so excited about that. But my question to you is, because
Mhm.
I'm doing the story and I do the live and I put it in my stories every day,
Mhm.
is there a way for me to go back to see who viewed them, or can I only do that within that 24-hour period of the story being up? Like, I know some people will, I can see likes or comments in my feed,
Yeah,
my timeline. But as far as the stories, so should I just like
so
today start, like, I had 46 views in my story from
right.
last night, like 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping track of those now, but can I go back prior
There
to
is
that at all? Or
I did find a way one day, and I don't know how I got there.
okay.
I
Go
I
ahead.
have it, Becky.
Oh,
Oh,
Tiffany has it in the legacy makers. So
okay.
I haven't tried it yet, but I wrote down my notes. So if you want to do it, Becky, while I'm telling you how to do it, you're supposed to go to your
Oh,
profile and click on your picture.
okay, hold on. Don't go too fast.
Okay.
yeah.
My
And
brain
I'm
will.
on my Facebook too, so I'm gonna try it also as we're. So
Okay.
just click on my picture.
Yep. And then there should be three horizontal dots that pop up.
Mm,
Mine just
okay.
asked me to go, it goes to, as a Meta verified subscriber, any changes you make to your profile name or picture need to be re-verified. I'm gonna go to my professional dashboard.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I
Keep
found the
going.
three dots.
Okay.
Okay. Three dots. And
Mhm.
then there should be like if you click on that, a drop down and it should say archive.
Oh, that
And
is
then you
Mhm.
so.
can pick story archive.
Yes, I see it.
Oh, okay.
And
So
it
yeah,
Oh,
goes
that's.
back for
I was
30
clicking on my
days.
actual picture, but it's the three lines down, the
Mhm.
three dots
Yeah,
on the
I found
sorry,
side.
it.
On
on your
the,
page.
Mhm.
Yep.
got you. Perfect.
So then it's 30 days of your past stories.
Oh, I love this so much.
Oh my gosh. Because you made
She
Okay,
some,
that's
just posted this
awesome.
like this
Thank you.
weekend. I saw it, so I wrote it down.
oh, thanks, Joy. Yeah. Oh
That's
my gosh.
awesome.
That is
I
so,
loved your idea of just because there's people who are they never comment, they don't say anything, but I love that, like, having a I see you've been watching for a week and I'm wondering if you enjoyed my show, something like that, just to give an in. So I love this so much. Thank you, thank
yeah.
you.
And then once you go to the archive, you guys, real quick, you'll be like,
Oopsies.
well, where's the views? You have to like scroll up and then it'll
Hmm.
show the list. And like here's 132 views and you can see everybody that watched it. Oh my gosh. Love it. That's like I knew I found it on accident a couple times and I don't know
I
where
knew
to
that
find.
you have said that. You're like, I got to go back and try to find it. And then I saw that
But
video. I'm like, I got to write down notes.
Oh, okay.
Becky,
Yeah.
can you say that again? How do we find the list, the viewers?
Okay. So when you are in there, if you go to, you have to like scroll. I don't, you guys probably can't see this, but scroll up. Just take your finger and slide up when it's playing that story. And then you'll see on the bottom 132 viewers, like, or however many. Like I have 132 on this one, and then it's a list. And you can go through that list and see who all watched it. Now, I don't be like, I kind of keep a track a little bit. And if I start seeing similarities after a couple days, like sometimes somebody is just scrolling through Facebook and they'll just come across it and they'll just watch a second of it and keep going. Unless they're truly invested in watching more than one, I usually don't reach out. Do you know what I mean? But it gives you a good idea of kind of like who at least kind of knows that you're doing something, you know? Like, oh, I know she knows I'm doing this. I should ask her what she thinks or what, if she would be interested in some more information. We have less than a minute, just so you guys know, it's going to just like hard shut us off. Just so you're just, I'm not, you're not getting